Los Angeles in partnership with Movie Maker magazine. My name is Danny DeLillo and we're here at the Cambridge Los Angeles showroom in West Hollywood, and I'm here with Hikari and Peter with their movie Where We Begin. Let's take a look at a clip. Pleasure to have you here and share your film. Congratulations.
Thank you.
A beautiful experience. For those that haven't had the pleasure in seeing it, tell us a brief synopsis of your film.
The story is about this woman who's about to pass on to the next life, and it's just her remembering everything what happened in her past, in her life. And the story's been basically told through dance. We have one dialogue in the movie, but everything else is just all visuals. We shot in nature in Utah, southern Utah. That's where our location was. So.
Well, I have the pleasure of watching hundreds of movies a year, short films, and I think it was one of the most moving pieces I've ever come across. It was so striking.
Thank you.
The story was just really stunning. I felt every given moment and I didn't want to take my eyes off of it. It was wonderful. Where did the inspiration come from in making the film?
The inspiration was originally came from about 16 years ago. My grandmother passed away, and she was somebody who was really close to. And the night before she passed away, she asked me to give her a little drink that she always loved. And she had a stomach cancer, so she wasn't able to drink or eat or anything. And so I grabbed it and I gave it to her. I fed her, and she just kind of literally grabbed my hand and started drinking it. And because she was somebody who couldn't speak or eat or drink anything up until that moment, I thought, oh my God, she's gonna get better. And after that, she finished the drink and she said, thank you and I love you. And the very next day she passed away. And that experience really taught me how our human life had such a powerful moment right before they passed away. Yeah. And then I also had a very interesting another experience after she passed away. After the funeral, during the funeral, when the Buddhist monk leaves the ceremony, they ring this bell. And as they were ringing the bell, I literally saw her kind of becoming into a light. And she was just, healthy, happy, just waving, still skinny as she looked, but she was very, very, very much happy, in peace. So I was like, okay, good, she's all right. Wow. And then
tell them about the bird story.
Oh yeah, and then the next day, after that night, I came home, and we're so exhausted. The entire family was exhausted, and my mom asked me to just take this laundry from outside. We're hanging, so I grabbed few clothes, and then as I was walking in, this bird flew into the house. Wow. And that never happened to me before. Wow.
And that's really rare. That's just
it's just never a bird flying into the house because Japanese houses are pretty small. Yeah. So the bird flew in, and my sister hates bird. So she was like, "Where's the bloom here? Get this bird out." I was like, "Oh."
She puts her in charge of going to kill the bird. Like, go get the bird.
Oh, really?
Knock it out.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
So it took me about 2 hours. I was following her everywhere, and that bird literally flew every single room, just everywhere. And I was just going following her, and then a couple hours later I was like, I'm just gonna let it happen, so just let this bird fly however you want. We'll just leave the window open.
Bird 1, her 0.
Yeah, really, basically, right? My goodness.
And and then once the bird flew away, I I just kind of felt that was my grandmother came to visit. I just
Wow.
had this like really
You knew
emptiness.
you were very strong.
Yeah, so that was experience. Yeah.
I think her grandmother was trying to tell her, you got to do a short film, but she was, you know,
She was trying to. She was like,
chasing
it
her
took
around
2
the
hours
house
to sort
for
of, you
2
know,
hours.
get through it.
Finally
Yeah.
gets the message to her.
Well, I mean, it makes perfect sense when you've seen the film of just your kind of creativity and your sensuality and your spirituality and your vibe,
Yeah.
because it really resonates in the storytelling that you show with us, with those experiences, you know, and I'm totally with you on that as well. I think it's a real special thing when you can display your personal experience and put it into moving image for everybody, a whole new audience to enjoy, and then capture something else as well for their things. So much to tell. You know, obviously you both have a really, you know, fantastic working relationship. Peter, how did you come about being part of this project?
With this project, we were on a set of a Weinstein movie, and she was visiting, and I was ADing, and she goes to me, I want to shoot a movie. So I was like, all right, shoot it. And then sometime afterwards, we're hanging out at her house. She makes great sushi, not just because she's Japanese, but
I'm getting hungry. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah,
Don't say
she's,
this.
like,
all right?
phenomenal. So
If I'd have known, we'd have bought some here
Yeah,
today.
she did.
You know,
She-
so.
I
she
should've
totally
bought
hooked it up. Slices, dices, the whole nine.
Oh my goodness.
So we were there, and she's like, I want to make a movie. And I'm like, well, I know somebody, a friend of mine from Sundance. And I'm like, she could totally produce. That's what she wants. That's where her passion is. And so they hooked up together. And then like a month later, they had a meeting. I went to that meeting because I was gonna become a project as an AD. And when I went to the first meeting, I just saw what was there, and I also produce. And I looked at her. I'm like, you know, how badly do you want to make this movie? And what I saw in her, I've worked with over 400 directors. Like I know who's a director, who's not, and I love her. She's my creme de la creme.
Oh.
But when I looked into her eyes, there was something that she wanted to say that was so much more powerful than a script or
Yeah.
than making something.
Yeah.
Because I asked her, I'm like, so what's the script? Like, where is it? She's like, I haven't written it yet.
Yeah.
So at that point, the only thing that
love
was
it.
left for me was like, all right, well, if you give me 2 credit cards, I promise you, I'll make you your money back.
Yeah.
But I'll get the ball rolling and we'll shoot. When do you want to shoot? And she goes to me, I want to shoot next month.
Great.
And I was like,
okay. Here we go.
all right, so
let's make it happen.
we just upped the ante.
Yeah.
And then we did, 30
Here's
days
my credit
after
cards.
that, she went into the room, she came back with 2 credit cards. And then at that point, I knew I was going to produce it.
Well, I feel like you guys are go-getters, and I think, it's great for, our audience to sort of understand, what it is that you need to have. What one piece of advice do you have for anyone that wants to go out there and just make their film?
Just literally believe in yourself, believing in your vision. Everything happening for a reason, so don't freak out.
Yeah,
And
I like that.
if more passionate you are about the project and the subject matter, chances are everything's gonna fall into places.
Yeah.
And you just have to believe in it, and then
Yeah.
that passion will drive everybody else as well.
Yeah.
And,
Totally
just
agree with that.
Don't give up. Just keep going.
Totally agree with that. Totally agree about that. How about you, Peter? Totally agree.
For me, it's team.
Team, yeah.
If I'm going to spend... So a film is like having a baby. I've never had a baby, but a film's like having a baby.
I always
So,
say film baby. It's a film baby.
Yeah, it's a film baby. First you meet the person, and then you're like all in love in the honeymoon stage.
Yeah.
And then something happens 9 months later, and then the
Yeah.
responsibility comes, and then so all of those stages, those are stages in film. So for me,
Yeah.
it's team. Like you have to
Team.
find somebody that you can laugh at. Like her and I constantly are doing fart jokes, and we're
Yeah. That's
We're
what
always-
happens on set. That's what
we're
happens.
just we are who we are. We've accepted it,
great.
and we love each other for it, and we
Yeah.
celebrate it. And everybody that becomes a part of our team, we
Yeah.
celebrate them and whatever they want to do.
Yeah.
But we never forfeit being ourselves. So
Well,
team.
Well, team is everything, and you
Yeah.
guys have got a great team. And thank you for giving birth to your film baby.
Thank
We
you.
look forward to seeing many more of your film children.
Thank you
I
so
appreciate
much.
it. All right, thank you very much. Thank you.
you.
All right.